So let's talk about becoming more confident when you're looking at work opportunities or stepping into the workplace. You need to know that it's not about knowing everything. It's not about getting it all right. Nobody expects that of you. Your confidence is about believing in yourself that you can learn it and then you can grow and develop the skills that are going to be required at work. If you believe that you can do that, then that's a game changer. I want you to start thinking about opportunities. What could you do? And we're going to talk a little bit about your skills and strengths, but just for a moment, I'd like you to imagine and dwell in that place of hope, right? Of if you had your ideal job, what would that look like? How would you feel waking up every day knowing that you were walking into work and you were going to make a difference today? That's pretty cool. So if you can imagine it, then you can create it. Now, there's 3 simple things that I want you to play with today. The first is to make a list of your strengths. Now, this is going to be uncomfortable because remember I talked earlier about that negativity bias. Your brain's really, really good at noticing what you're not good at, why you don't have the qualifications, or why you haven't got any experience yet. Your brain's brilliant at this stuff, right? What I'm asking you to do is forget this just for a moment and start noticing what you are really good at. You're actually really good at listening. You're a really good friend. You're really engaging in conversations. Some of you are going to be really funny. You might make an amazing lasagna. You've got lots of great strengths that nobody knows about. Today, I want you to put pen to paper and list as many of those as you can. It doesn't matter whether it's a strength, something that is inherently good about you, like you're kind and creative, or it could be a skill, like you might be great at grooming dogs. Any of those things, I want you to get as much as you can on paper about the things that are good about you. When you notice them, it's really going to build your confidence. Now, the second thing is thinking about power poses. Now, imagine you were sitting and waiting for an interview, but you were sitting like this. It's going to be really hard to feel confident. Okay, what we know is that when you stretch your body and when you move into this space, when you expand your body, you actually expand your mind, and that's pretty cool. Now, something special about this, it increases testosterone and decreases cortisol. So we actually, just by moving our body like this, do this with me, right? Just by moving our body, when you stand up and move, you're going to feel more confident in yourself. That's pretty cool. One of the things, don't tell anybody, one of the things that I always do before I speak is I'll go into a bathroom cubicle and I will spend a minute literally just stretching and moving my body because it changes everything about me. And that feels great when I walk into new or uncomfortable situations. The third thing I want you to think about is how to reframe setbacks. Now, if you're applying for jobs, there's a really good chance that you're going to get no's. You're going to get knockbacks or not right nows. And that's a normal part of this process. What I'd like you to think about is how can you reframe that and see it as a learning opportunity? Because every time you get a no, every time somebody says you don't have enough qualifications, that's an opportunity for you to rethink, okay, well, what could I do to make that easier next time? Or what different avenue can I take? Every no is an opportunity for you to rethink it. Okay, so a no is just not in yes yet. At some point, you're going to get a yes, but unfortunately, the way the world is, we've sometimes got to go through a whole heap of no's. Now, this is, not about work, but when I was dating, I dated a whole lot of clowns, right? A whole lot of them. And so there was a whole lot of people that weren't a good fit until I finally got to the right person. And think about that in a job situation. You're going to be applying for lots and lots of jobs. That's normal. But you're also going to get a lot of no's. And if you know that that's going to happen, then you can keep that hope alive. Remember we talked about imagining that great job? That's there for you.
Yep.
So I want you to think about focusing in on your strengths and being able to share them. Remembering that power pose and how your body moves and expecting to get some no's and being able to reframe them as a learning opportunity. So there's been a bit that we've talked about in terms of building your confidence, and hopefully there's something to take away. But I really hope that you guys have opportunities to practice this stuff. And as you're practicing, you're kind to yourself because you're going to get it wrong. You're going to fail. You're going to fall over. And hopefully you can just pick yourself up and understand that's a part of the learning experience. And that, my friend, that's how you build confidence.